Everyday Superpower, where we talk game, relationships, body language, everything in between. Today I'm going to come with you with a good one, yeah? What one may perceive as a high value man, or what one may perceive as an alpha male, does not have a high lay count. When people speak, and when I say when people speak, it's because I don't abide by the concept of a high valued man or a alpha male. I think you can become more valuable than you are, but dependent on the perspective, the environment, the context, that varies from millisecond to millisecond. I can't abide by the idea that a man is more valuable than the other, because the richest man on planet Earth isn't the alpha male. When that man who makes him insecure through his dashing good looks or his wit or his charm is present, you see how the dynamic shifts? So through each and every moment there's a change. If I don't value currency, credit, if I value other things and you don't possess that as a man, but you have what the entire world deems valuable to me, contrary to everybody else, you are not a high value man. So it's a matter of perspective. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, that's what they say. But generally speaking, if you are to believe some man is an alpha male or a high value man, let me tell you, he will not have a high lay count, which is silly anyway. The idea of counting the women you have had experiences with is very immature. No grown man is talking numbers like that. No grown man is getting the tally chart out each and every time and making note. If you've not forgotten yours yet, forget about it and just keep on moving forwards. We do not look at people as numbers. These are real life human experiences, and we engage with them as such. It's a lot more fruitful. But you tell me a man who's got 3 digits lay count, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. Some people are out there saying 1,000 odd. It's the equivalent to a man's height. Every man is 6'5" when you ask him, with a 20-inch rod between their legs, you know. Men inflate these numbers, and let's say the man is telling the truth and has a high lay count. I question what he's doing with his life to invest it pursuing women, because truth be told, when you are getting action, a lot of time and energy is invested into it. Oh, it's just a booty call. She comes over here for half an hour and she's gone. Don't lie to yourself and don't lie to me. It's disrespectful to lie to your next man. Don't lie to me. So let's say 100 people, for an example. All of them 100 girls have come over just for half an hour on the same protocol. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. At the very least, you've had to establish some degree of connection. And have they decided to hang about? You're not on your purpose. You're not an ambitious man, because the majority of your time is clearly invested in chasing the punani. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's got their vices. Everyone spends time doing what they want to do. But what I'm trying to say is, you are not attaining what one would consider your true potential if you are claiming or looking up to a man who has got a ridiculous amount of notches. You know? You've been laid before, right? And if you haven't, I'm sure you understand, to establish a connection with someone, to actually mean it's fulfilling, it might take a night. Unless you're paying prostitutes, right? And I'm sure none of these men do that, right? I'm sure none of these alpha males are actually tricks. Because that would be shocking, wouldn't it? If they're telling truth about these numbers. It's not a matter of I don't believe this because I can't garner how somebody could do this. It's more so the fact that I'm not bad with the women. And the idea of creating such heavy numeric momentum in that particular space would completely take me off of the path of my purpose. Unless I was capitalizing on it and monetizing this through one way, and I established a lifestyle around doing that, it would be nonsensical. Because are you trying to tell me then at no point these men have been able to say, no, I'm busy? Because that would be the counter opposite of the high value man. The man who can't say no, the man who can't put a woman in her place. So which one? But of course they're all going to be supermodels, aren't they, right? They're all going to be high class supermodels. We're going to spend half of a year, half of the days of the year, having sex with different women. We're not going to return back to any of the other women because even though they were tens, do you see where I'm coming from? If we were playing the high value game and you were sexually engaged with what one may perceive a high value woman, surely you're going to return for more and maybe establish more of a consistent connection. So I'm calling BS on any single individual who is trying to sell you something, whether it be information, a course, or this, that, and the third. I'm going to call complete BS on them having the numbers under their belt that they claim if you think it's questionable. That's your intuition. That's your intuition saying the math is a bit funny here. And if it is reality, you're not on your purpose. I don't respect that. You're living a life of vice. You've been fortunate to be able to create this magnetism that most people aspire to have, but trust me, it's draining. These women give you a lot of headaches. Let's not talk about STIs and baby scares and stalkers and, well, if you strap up you don't get an STI. If you think that's the case, search HPV, genital warts. You're going to be dealing with these things, right? Apparently not, but they won't tell you about these things. Because half of them are BSing you for the idea of garnering views and selling you a course. If you want to see a high value man, look at a man in a marriage who's been consistent for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. People in the red pill space try to mock Rollo Tomassi, who wrote The Rational Male, which in my personal opinion is one of the most potent works as far as understanding the dating market and the woman's psyche. I think it's arguably the most powerful means of accessing the biological attraction space and understanding human nature. I think it's a very eye-opening piece of work. And because he got into a marriage and devoted himself to one particular individual, and he gets ridiculed. By the people who put value on how easy they are. You see how we flip the script here. I know there's a social stigma of the woman giving herself out in comparison to the man, but when you create an entity or a perception of yourself that you do create this momentum in the dating market, and you do build momentum, it comes easy. Trust me. Look at the videos on this channel. You'll learn some good game. It becomes easy once you start spinning them plates, so they say. Becomes natural. God's way. Once that establishes, what does that make you when you can't say no to any woman? Because you have pride in this number and what makes up this number and what these numbers consist of. People don't tend to question. High valued men, whether they exist or not in your world, they do not have questionably high lay counts. That's not even game, that's fact. On that note, I'm signing out, people. Click like and subscribe. I'm uploading every day. There's 2 links in the description of this video. One will take you through to my catalogue of body language. Over 200 videos of how to read somebody from their head all the way down to their toes. Through all of the subconscious behaviours they express out into the world, you'll be able to read minds. It's real game. Second to that is the Patreon, where you will watch with me real dates. I'll break down the attraction body language, the repulsion body language in real time. You'll internalise that, take that into the real world. You'll never forget about it. It's a survival mechanism for you. It's a procreation mechanism. That game you won't learn elsewhere. I'm signing out. Peace.